When I do best of beauty, guys, I mean best of beauty. Hey everyone, this is Jen and Happy New Year. It is my second time seeing you this year, but I think a lot of you guys didn't get to see my first video of the year because YouTube is not giving out its notifications. So if you guys are not in the knows, Streets of Seoul, SOS, has finally made its comeback after 2.5-3 years, and a lot of you guys have been waiting for it. So it is the new reinvented version of it, which I thought would be more relevant. So that has actually made its comeback as Kaleidoscope. So if you guys have missed it because you didn't get any notifications or you just have no idea what it was, so you didn't really click on it, it is Streets of Seoul in its new form, and this one was like the most intense video that I've made for YouTube in my whole life. 3 whole days of filming and weeks of editing, but that was just to launch the first one because I do want to delve into more deeper issues later, as well as show you guys beauty places to visit while you're in Korea as well. So if you guys want to support that content, don't forget to go and watch that video before you start this as my official hello to the new year. So yes, welcome to my new living room as well. We just got new furniture because our old sofa basically got really trashed by all of our animals. We wanted to have a new space where we actually felt clean to sit in. It's really sad, but that's just kind of the reality with animals. Anyways, hello guys, and welcome to Best of Beauty. This is a series that I started many years ago when I first moved to Korea. Back then, there were not many K-beauty YouTubers, which I felt were kind of sharing the goodness of K-beauty to the rest of the world. I was discovering it and falling in love with it, and I really wanted to share it with more people. But I felt like there wasn't a way to sort of like sum up the good things. Western beauty had tons and tons of review videos for single products or just swatches and hauls, but the K-beauty world, for the English speaking world, I felt was really lacking, so I thought it would be really good to put it into a simple, easy video for the best things that you guys should consider checking out if you want to.
If you're looking for a new eye cream, then these ones are the ones that I kind of recommend.
That kind of thing. So it has been a yearly tradition. It's just getting a little later and later every time I do it every year. So I'm really excited. 2018 was a huge year. I think for K-beauty, it was a year where things started to sort of, I don't know how to explain it, but so many new brands and products came out on the market and it became oversaturated. So consumers and influencers were just kind of bombarded. The competition was intense, guys. It's a good thing and a bad thing because on one hand it meant that many brands were sort of copying each other, so they sort of looked alike, they felt kind of similar. But on the other hand, the brands that really did well, and the standards got a lot higher in the industry. Brands and consumers were much more ingredient aware, and therefore the quality became a lot higher, the products became safer to use, not just in the K-beauty world, but because K-beauty consumers like us who are fanatics, we really pushed the standards so that the global and Western world brands, does it make sense? Also had to up their game. Is that something that you guys felt? Because that was it for me. Anyway guys, I'm blabbing already. This is my style, so welcome to meejmus. One disclaimer before we start, which I never really got to mention in previous Best of Beauties. Don't worry about the amount of product that you see that I have left in the bottle. Even if it's brand new, it could mean that I have 2 or 3 backups, or I've just started a new one and I have a couple of empties of it. It doesn't mean that I've just tested it like one time and I'm just showing you guys. No. So without further ado, let us begin with this Best of Beauty Awards, and I'm probably going to have to split this into 2 videos, of one for makeup and one for skincare, and that way those of you guys who are more interested in one or the other can click on that video over having to watch like a 1 hour long video. So if you guys are excited, before we start, thumbs up the video so I know, and let us begin. Right, I'm gonna start off with something totally random, but I think it's really important. The cotton that you use. I'm really picky with the cotton that I use to take off my eye makeup. Also, if possible, I double up to use it to apply toner and beauty waters. So for me, my favorite that I really wanted to recommend to you guys, if you haven't heard me talk about it already in the past, is the Misha ones. It's the soft multi-cotton puffs. They have changed their packaging and their names so many times across the years, but this is the current one. They're the ones with the 5 different layers that you can peel apart, and I just find this super handy because the thicker that the puff is, the more it just absorbs the product. Because these are thin and it's actually good quality cotton, it's really soft, as well as you don't use a lot of product at the same time. And because there's like 5 different layers,
This is getting really specific from the very first
product, but I use one each for each eye. Then I use a little bit more to cleanse the rest of it off and take off my brows. And later I use the other two left over for toner and any kind of lotion that I want to just wipe across my face. That way I've only used essentially one cotton pop and I really don't go through a lot of cotton. I don't know, I've just been really liking this for ages. I find it easy to travel with as well, and it's just really good for multi-use. So, Misha. The one that I've been really coming back to this year, or 2018, has been the Soon 37 Secret Essence, which is the Korean brand. This is a high-end Korean brand. It has naturally derived ingredients and it has a slight bit of a citrusy fragrance. Obviously, you guys know that I love the SK2 facial treatment essence. I find that the Soon 37 one is like a first step essence, but it has a moisturizing property, so it does a little more multitasking. Whilst it does have the fermented ingredients, it's also got a little more of the longer lasting moisture texture. It's also very layerable. One thing that I did notice also is that I use a lot less of this than the SK2 facial treatment essence, or like say the Misha one, because those ones are a lot more watery, whereas this one, like a little dab goes a long way, and you can just feel it kind of sinking in and moisturizing and kind of binding things, if that makes sense. So I've been really liking this. I liked this a long time ago, but it's funny how your personal preferences change as you keep testing a lot of different products. But yes, for William and I this year, this has been a really great first step essence. Now for acne prone skin, the toner that I really wanted to recommend was the Pyeonggangyul Acne Toner. So this year Pyeonggangyul came out with their new acne line and it is excellent. So obviously this is a toner that I would recommend if you have oily skin, or if you're going through adult acne or even teen acne and you don't want to use something that aggravates or contains fragrance or parabens. A watery essence lotion toner thing. When it comes to skincare categories, literally you don't have to take the name of the product at any kind of value, because it could be called an essence but it's actually just like a lotion or a toner. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? So this one is actually called the Water Essence by Tambourines. I think you guys have seen me talk about this year as well. This is a little bit more of a hefty price. The texture is actually really similar to the Soon 37 Secret Essence, except that this one is unscented totally. Okay, so this one was something that I also wanted to recommend as an excellent essence or starting toner. That's also good for sensitive skin and also is very layerable and has a little bit of a moisturizing binding quality to it. And now for super sensitive skin toners that are totally fragrance free are the Benton Aloe BHA Skin Toner and the Declare's Supple Preparation Unscented Toner. So if there's anyone who comes up to me and says, Jen, my skin is so sensitive, it's so irritated, you know, I got dry patches from winter and it feels so crackly and patchy, what do I do, what do I use? I would recommend these two. They are probably like the most mild essences. Pyeonggangyul's essence too, I just didn't add it into this video because way too many products, but you guys have all heard me talking about that so much last year. So obviously the Benton is based on aloe, so it's really soothing, really gentle. The Declare's one is also oil free, it's unscented as well, and it also is supposed to cleanse and soothe. Sometimes you want something that rescues your skin from a very irritated season. That's when you want to use waters and layer them into the skin and use something that has a more soothing, mild and gentle formula. So next category is serums. I don't know how to pronounce it, but they're the Unique serums. I use these on a daily basis in my personal routine, which kind of is a huge deal for me. It means that it is really gentle, kind of just like a really pure form of skincare, and I feel like I can really trust it on my skin. This one is the Propolis Vitamin Synergy Serum, and it's for calming, nourishing and brightening, whitening and wrinkle care, and it's got propolis extract of 70%. So it has a little bit of that propolisy kind of color, but it's not like totally dark, because propolis is actually really dark. They come in glass bottles, which is better for the product itself. And this one is the Rose Galactomyces Synergy Serum. This one is for oil-water balance and pore control, powerful moisturizing, brightening and wrinkle care. This one has rose flower water 10% and Galactomyces ferment filtrate solution 50%, so it's got fermented ingredients in it too. They both have no scent and it's a dropper bottle, so it's hygienic, and the product itself just is so soothing and nice to put on. It feels like a gel. It kind of thickens and volumizes volumizes the skin, but then it absorbs really quickly as well. Some other excellent serums have been Benton's Snail Bee Ultimate Serum for when you want a little more holding of the moisture, a little more heavy duty volumizing of the skin. This one is for like a rescue time. Maybe you're crackling, maybe it's super dry and kind of getting thin. That's when I kind of recommend going into the snail bee sort of territory, because these ones add a lot of texture to the skin and it really binds the moisture. You'll really feel the difference if you incorporate this, but it is pretty heavy. I can't really speak for the brand itself, but Benton to me as an image, there's like no hype around the brand. You guys know what I mean? It just seems to really care about the skin of the people who use their products. Another one, which is also based on Propolis and Centella asiatica, is the Abib Hyperderma SP1 2G4 Serum. This one is for cell repair. So if you want to work on your cell repair, turnover or rate, which helps to exfoliate your skin in the long term as well, and make sure that all your dead skin cells is gone and your skin is always looking as new and baby soft as possible, then that's when you're going to go for something like that. The final two serums for 2018 is this brand called Rovectin Skin Essentials Aqua Activating Serum. This is a really affordable Korean brand that you can find at like Watson's, but I've been really impressed with this brand this year. All of their products are also fragrance free and it just does its job. This one is also a glass bottle and it has a bit of a thick kind of consistency. So it's really soothing and it's got that kind of slippery, slimy texture that you would typically find in snail serum kind of formulas, but it also leaves your skin texturized, it absorbs well. So Rovectin I feel like is a really great affordable one. Then the Hydra B5 Soother by AHC I've been loving. This one contains vitamin B5 as its main ingredient. It's also a pump bottle and I feel like it just kind of really does similar things to the Rovectin one, but it's a little bit of a steeper price tag, so I guess the ingredients you might want to compare it up. I really found myself using a lot of this when I needed something that's a thickening serum in between all my other routine products that will soothe my skin when it's feeling irritated. So yes, that is for serums and essences. Now for vitamin C, I actually don't really use that often. Also, it's a little bit of a finicky thing to work with. You can't really mix it with certain products that contain certain ingredients. You can't leave it in the sunlight. It's better not to use it during the day, but then some people say it's fine. Anyway, there's just so much about vitamin C I feel like has become, it's kind of like, you know, when kale became a huge thing in the foods department and it was like on to the next thing. This is the next huge superfood item that you must have. Goji berries, acai berries, kale, spirulina. And then at the end of the day, it's just like an industry hype. I kind of feel like there's a lot of that going on in the skincare realm when it comes to all the scientific stuff, because it kind of tickles our fancy that, ooh, like we're getting really scientific with this and I totally understand all the science behind this, but actually everyone says different things about it. So for me, vitamin C is also one of those kind of things. So I do incorporate it sometimes when I want to, but it's not necessarily like I have to all the time. But the ones that I do like, this one is actually one that's been around for a while. Dear Claire's Freshly Juiced Vitamin Drop, I still really like this one. And the Jumiso Drop the Vita C, they're pretty similar size. Maybe just 2 or 3 drops of this if you want to use it on a daily basis or every few days, but really do it according to your skin's needs, I'd say. You don't have to follow everyone saying you have to do it or what are you doing with your skincare routine. But yeah, I really do like these serums. And while we're on the topic of this, I actually prefer physical exfoliation. As I said, every skin is different. For me, it's not my skin tone. I just have a lot of pigmentation and a lot of moles, as you guys would know. Sometimes I get the breakout, but because of that, I feel like I don't really need to go down the path of a lot of AHA, BHAs and chemical exfoliants. Alright, so now onto creams. I have been loving the 365 Red Cream by AHC. This is targeted for whitening and wrinkle care, and it's one of those awesome products. Ew, look how Oppa used this. Oppa! It's one of those awesome products that you just kind of like press down and the product comes out. You can be really hygienic about it and wipe down the surfaces. AHC is owned by Unilever, but it is a Korean-based skincare brand. But they make awesome products that are also non-fragranced, very gentle, very effective, but at the same time, they're not like really super heavy moisture, which is what I find. So it's kind of middle ground. I would probably recommend AHC's creams to about teens, 20s, 30s, and above that you might not find it heavy duty enough, because even for me sometimes I just feel like I need to layer some other oil afterwards, but it's a really pure and nice soothing, moisturizing, smoothing, and softening cream. I've been really loving this in 2018. Obviously, guys, I can't go without mentioning Pyeonggangyul's nutrition and moisture cream. So obviously, Pyeonggangyul, as you guys know, again, are specialized in eczema or skin problems and issues. So their products are super gentle. It is the kind of motto and the way that Pyeonggangyul makes their products. As you guys know, this is a very, very nice milky texture, and the moisture cream has been my go-to for when I need just a very gentle, soothing, and moisturizing cream that's light and it feels fluffy and it feels hydrating as well. This one is good for like the summer season, and in winter, probably the nutrition cream. This one's a little heavier. It's not as soothing as the moisture cream, but it's heavy duty and has a more of a thicker cream feel. Klairs Rich Moist Soothing Cream is also excellent. I don't think I mentioned this in any of my videos this year. It's supposed to be deeply hydrating moisturizer. It's free of dyes, fragrances, and animal-based components. It's really great for sensitive skin. It's quite heavy duty. If you guys see this cream, you only need a little bit. Really refreshing, and it's hydrating, but it leaves a moisture barrier as well, so it'll contain all of the products underneath and help it to sort of like stick on the skin and absorb for a lot longer. So Klairs Rich Moist Soothing Cream. And also I mentioned for acne skin before, the Pyeonggangyul acne line, the acne cream is also great. If you have oily skin and you have a lot of sebum secretion, then this one is fantastic. It's actually like a gel cream. I don't know how to explain it, but it actually feels like it's kind of like a medicine for the skin. At the same time as it being super gentle and mild, it soothes the skin and it really refreshes without a lot of the harsh ingredients in it. Now for really, really heavy duty spot treatment creams, Klairs has made it into my video a lot this year. The Klairs Midnight Blue Calming Cream. You guys have seen me talking about this. This one contains guaiazoline, ceramide 3, and Centella asiatica extract, and it's just a really, really heavy-duty, soothing cream. You know, sometimes you might notice when you apply makeup, if you have dry skin, you start to patch in certain areas. It kind of cracks, or you find that your skin is peeling in certain areas. You want a cream not to apply on the whole face that's super heavy, but just to concentrate on those areas. That's when this kind of cream comes in really handy. So for me, this is an essential for the winter season. And last but not least, a cream that really deserves a bit of recognition is the Hamish Bulgarian Rose Satin Cream. I'm not sure if I've seen anyone talking about this year, but I really wanted to mention this because to me this cream is a mix between La Mer's cream, which by the way, I'm not a huge fan of La Mer's cream, and the Hera Rose Cream. I don't really remember the exact name of it, but it's one of the most expensive. So the texture of this is pretty much the same thing as those two, and it smells beautiful. Bulgarian roses, which they actually did extract the fragrance from real Bulgarian roses, which is the same as in the Hamish Mist. But yeah, this is actually a really amazing cream. This one is really different from all the ones that I showed you just now. It's a little bit more of like just like La Mer, it's a little more powdery kind of. It's not like soothing and hydrating, it's like a nutrition cream, and it really acts as a moisture barrier on top of the rest of your skincare routine. So it's a beautiful packaging, and they've done a great job of making a cream that usually is associated with really high-end expensive price points, but making it into a form that is accessible and more affordable. Now for sleeping packs, the Rovectin Secret Care Sleeping Pack has been my favorite this year. This is the same brand as this one that I showed you guys when I said it's an affordable cream brand that you can buy at Watson's, as they have no fragrance. So this has no fragrance in it. It's the one thing that I had against Laneige's sleeping packs, guys. If you guys remember, it smelled really chemically kind of fragrance, and that's not like down my alley. So it's hypoallergenic, no parabens, no colors, no mineral oil, and it's a Centella asiatica extract, which helps you with when your skin is extremely stressed and you want something to just help your skin to recover as you go to sleep. It's not extremely heavy duty, but I don't think sleeping masks actually should be. What it is that it's kind of just applying a face mask on your face and having it on your skin as you go to bed so that it has time to recuperate. So yes, the Rovectin Secret Care. And while we're on the topic of masks, this awesome brand that I came across in 2018, I mentioned before as well, is Ven. This is a very pricey K-beauty American brand. And they made two products to sort of prove that you don't need like 10 different steps in your skincare routine. And these are seriously amazing. You only really need these 2 products if you're someone who likes to be really fuss-free. I actually think that these are really great for guys, because for girls, obviously, we kind of like to have a bit of a shopping list. We like to try new things, and we do have a little bit more attention to detail. Like,
I have this dry patch here, I need something special for that area.
you guys know what I mean, right? But for guys, they just want to put on like 2 products. Literally. They just want to put like 2 products. They always say that. So yes, the age reversing all-in-one concentrate. This one is like a white lotiony kind of product, and this one is a concentrated revitalizing lifting mask, which is like a mask. You can use it as a sleeping mask or just like a during the day recovery of the skin. It's also extremely effective. When I was sick, I only needed these 2 products. At the same time, they really don't have a lot of product in there. I'm pretty much out of this now. A little does not really go a long way with these products, but they're very effective and they deserve the recognition. Now for lip mask, guys, I loved the Laneige lip sleeping mask for the longest time, and only recently I came across this Holhasu one, and I love it more than the Laneige one, and I can't really explain why. I was trying to think of how I can explain why I like this better, but I can't really explain why, guys. I just can't. It's just different. So yes, this is this Holhasu Essential Lip Mask Moisture. It comes with its own little double-sided spatula. It is obviously a little more of a luxury product. It's a little more expensive than the Laneige one. It just smells really nice and it feels really good on the lips. And ever since I got this,
I haven't been touching my Laneige one at all.
it smells like floral rose, just really smooth on the lips. It lasts as well as the Laneige one, but I don't know, something about this, I feel like it's a little more creamier, whereas the Laneige one was more jelly and yeah. Maybe I'm just getting old, guys. Maybe I just like Holhasu better. I don't know. But this one is amazing. In terms of performance-wise, it does work as well as the Laneige one, if not better, which is why, obviously, it is actually made it. But I just can't really describe why I've turned off Laneige to this one. The Laneige Eye Sleeping Mask is something that I have been liking from their line, and you would think that I wouldn't like this because of its unhygienic applicator, but honestly, since I'm the only one using it, and if I break out from it, I'm the one that will have to take responsibility for it. But so far, so good. And I've been using this for this whole past like 6, 7, 8 months or something. It's a ceramic ball applicator thing, which is really soothing to apply. It's actually really nice during the day as well. So in the mornings to sort of like de-swell and depuff the area. It's never caused milia around my eyes, so it's not too heavy duty, but it's also not like so disappearing act that might as well not even use it kind of thing. So yes, 2018 for eyes. Sometimes I'm a little too honest and harsh, but I'm saying this considering that I have like 10 different eye creams and I've been using this and that. This is the one that I've picked out of them all, okay? I'm just being super harsh and critical so that you are aware of both sides. Now, for cleansers. I have quite a lot of cleansers. Right, let's start off with eye and lip makeup removers. 2018, I have been loving my MAC one. This year, I haven't really been caring too much about price point. I've been caring about the effectiveness of the remover, because sometimes you pay like $80 for something that doesn't even take off waterproof makeup, and then you can pay like $10 to find something that does do it, but then maybe the oil is not so good for when it goes into the eye. So it's really like I don't know, but at the end of the day, when it works well and it makes you feel good and you would repurchase it, that's when it's like your favorite, right? So for me, it is the MAC Gently Off Lip and Eye. This one, compared to a lot of high-end ones, does a really great job of taking off the waterproof makeup. Just because there's an oil layer doesn't mean that it really works, guys. I've come across so many water and oil layered ones that don't do anything. I don't know what the oil in it is doing. For me, because I use waterproof mascara, this is really important for me and this is what I've been loving. For face cleansing oil, I have been absolutely loving this Klavu Pure Pulsation Divine Pearl Cleansing Oil, and I want to give the award to this one. I have a couple of different cleansing oils that pretty much look the exact same as this. The tube, the shape, everything, but just the formula is different or the scent is different. This one is the most pure one for me. It does have a slight fragrance, but not like other cleansing oils that I have and I've been trying. So I've been reaching for this even more than Shu Uemura's one, and obviously I'm not mentioning cleansing balms this time because I've come back to oils, guys. Let's just say that this is a lot more efficient for when you're strapped with time. Klavu is is a new-ish Korean brand, if you guys haven't heard of it. I would say they make okay skincare that kind of just remind me of Amore Pacific's kind of standardized formulas as a huge generalization. But this cleansing oil is something that I really like from that brand. So anyway, this is really effective for taking off makeup whilst it feels gentle, not overly fragrant, watery kind of oil, so it works really quickly and it washes off really nicely considering that it's a cleansing oil. So this one, for me, goes to the award for best cleansing oil. Now for cleansers, I do have quite a few cleansers, just like the toners, so bear with me. First off, I do want to mention Glow Recipes Blueberry Bounce Gentle Cleanser. I think it's their old packaging because they recently sent me this one. So Glow Recipe are actually my friends, so as a beauty YouTuber, I support people when they come out with their own products because I know how much work goes into it, how much passion it requires, and I think they've done a really good job with this cleanser. It is really mild, really gentle, and it's supposed to help with makeup erasing and deep cleansing. This one slightly foams, but it's nowhere near harsh or stripping. As a disclaimer, it doesn't really smell like heavily of blueberry, but very, very faintly. It does a really good job, and I've actually gone through this entire one. I usually have a cleanser that I leave just in my shower for when I'm showering. This is one that I'm always using. So price point wise, I guess it depends on your budget, but I do want to recommend this as an excellent KBD cleanser. Claire's has done it again. They've made it again. Their Rich Moist Foaming Cleanser is actually amazing. You've probably heard so many people telling you to stay away from foaming cleansers because they're the ones that strip your skin, basically. They're the harshest cleanser. But this one is actually called Rich Moist Foaming Cleanser. In a way, it's like an oxymoron, but it really is a moisturizing foaming cleanser. I've never come across a foaming cleanser that is this non-stripping and this mild. It helps to moisturize the skin whilst it cleanses. It soothes and balances the pH level and contains ceramide NP. It's a really great cleanser if you're looking for something that is not too expensive, does its job, but also gives you that quick foaming kind of bubble feeling, because some of us really like that feeling when we're cleansing. It's really like mushy and soft, doesn't have fragrance either. So anyway, so for best foaming cleanser goes to Claire's. Claire's, you have done a really good job in 2018. Hyungdangyo's Acne Facial Cleanser is the one that I would recommend for acne prone skin. Super mild. It's also gelish though, but it's not like super stripping, so it works together with your skin to help it to recover. It does foam a little bit. It has no scent and no parabens, nothing that will aggravate the skin further if you're going through a difficult season. My friends with acne problems absolutely love this whole acne line. I was going to mention it together so that it's easier to see, but I'm splitting it into the categories, which is why it just keeps popping up. Leah's brand Crave Beauty has come out with the Matcha Hemp Hydrating Cleanser, and this is also a really great cleanser. She's done an amazing job. It's a barrier-friendly hydrating cleanser, and it's got matcha, hemp seeds, oats, almonds, vitamin B5. The texture is almost like when you use a peeling gel to me. It's very slippery. It blends on the face very quickly. Yes, Leah did a really great job with this cleanser too, so I want to give the recommendation for K-Beauty cleanser here too. And next is this new brand that I came across this year. It's 2018, Cioris, the Milk Cleanser. Guys, I hardly ever really recommend milk cleansers because I never find one that I think is worth really sharing. It's just like a milk. It doesn't really do anything. But some people really need the super gentle cleansing. And milk cleansers, if you look at it on the spectrum of like harsh to gentle, harsh stripping, all the way to like mild gentle, this is like right at the end. And for the first time, a Korean brand has come out with, maybe not first time, but first time I've seen one with a milk cleanser is this one, Cioris. And it's called Cleanse Me Softly. It's gentle, it's milky, it's fragrance free, and it does a good job as second step of cleansing. Now that the sun is going down. For peeling gels, I really want to recommend the Primera Peeling Facial Mild Peeling Gel. I have a ton of different peeling gels, and as I was testing them to choose the one for this category, I just found that Primera's one did the best job in terms of bringing up a lot of exfoliating scrub particles, which rub more effectively on the skin. A lot of the competitors for the test that I was doing, they made about half as much of the scrub as compared to the Primera one. So I feel like this one is more effective. I've been loving this for a very long time. It contains broccoli, it helps to brighten your skin tone, and I think Primera was like one of the first ones to start coming out with the peeling gel stuff, so they're one of the originals. So if you are looking for something that will exfoliate your face in a physical manner but without the sugar scrubs, then this one is the one that I want to recommend. And for a facial scrub that actually does have the exfoliation scrub in it, you like to do that once in a while, which I personally love to do. I like to do my scrubs in the shower, is the Coconut Sugar Facial Scrub by Too Cool for School. This one is a nourishing coconut sugar scrub, so it's got exfoliating, moisturizing, and nourishing 3-in-1. And oh my gosh guys, this is so affordable, but it contains so much product. You can actually literally smell the beautiful coconut scent. It just reminds me of like summer beach. I miss it so much. It really does a great job of physical exfoliation because it's just got the natural particles of sugar and you can feel it melting and dissolving as you use it. So best facial scrub. Oh my gosh, I just realized that everything is Korean. I don't think I have a single Western one in here. I did not plan this, guys. Did not plan it. Oh no, wait. MAC, yes. MAC saved the day. We're almost there, guys. Final few categories. So for face oil, meejmus oil, so gentle and mild. I just say that all the time when I'm explaining their products, but there's no other way to explain it. It's so light that it's almost like an oil water. In a way, I think that is good because you might actually want that sometimes, not something that just leaves an actual oil grease layer on the skin. This is great. It absorbs really well. So this one is a really great one for sensitive skin. And the one that I've been really loving for face massages or a little heavier duty oil is a Western brand, finally, the Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Concentrate. This one is a dropper tube and I love using this for a little bit of a face massage. You know, sometimes I like to work through my skin to boost the blood circulation, which really helps my face to not be puffed or swollen the next day. It's a pure elixir of essential oils to visibly restore the appearance of skin by morning. This never ever aggravates my skin or irritates or causes redness. There's plenty of times and instances when oils have done that to my skin, especially if I'm really working in there. And it's a very heavy duty oil, so when my skin is feeling extra dry, extra work required, I just apply a little bit on the areas where I find my makeup patches more or it's just a little drier, needs extra attention. Best oils. Oh my gosh guys, I'm so glad that I found this in my life. This Horasu Bene Circle Massage Cream X is amazing. It does remind me a bit of like Shiseido's high-end, you know that line, Bene something? There is a Shiseido line that kind of looks very similar to this, but I guess Koreans are just really good at sort of looking at what's good and making it better. And that's what they've done here. It's Horasu's Bene Circle Massage Cream. Obviously the price point is on the high end because Horasu is a high-end Korean brand. When I think of Korean ultra moisturizing creams or really good anti-wrinkle, anti-aging kind of creams, Horasu really, you can't really beat it. We'll see. Maybe in 2019 we'll see. But if you're looking for something to massage your face with absolutely no aggravation and no possibility of causing premature wrinkles, then definitely incorporate a massage cream into the routine. It really changes the dynamics of it. A little goes a long way. It's very smooth to work with and didn't aggravate my skin at all. For face masks, the ones that I've been liking in 2018 really comes down to these ones. Huxley, which you guys know I was never really a big fan of for their skincare. I felt like there was a bit of hype around there and it was a bit overpriced for the effectiveness of it. Not to mention it caused a huge breakout of these like white bumps that I've never had. But the mask is actually really good. I really like this. So this is the Secret of Sahara mask, Glow and Brightness. It's one of those masks where you kind of break down the product so that it seeps fresh onto the mask sheet itself straight away. So that's the oil layer right there. It does have a fragrance to it, but something about this, it feels like, how do I explain it? It feels like a serum on the skin. So it never leaves irritation, it doesn't leave sticky, thick greasiness, a layer that feels unpleasant and you just want to wash it off. It's not like that. It actually feels like actual skincare, a mix between like a really light oil like the Pyeonggangul one and like a serum. It has prickly pear seed oil and it's a watery essence to give you clear and radiant complexion, and I only have one left of that. So I really wanted to recommend this as a great mask. Another great mask is the new version of my favorite Papa recipe Bombi honey mask pack. This is the green honey mask pack, which you guys might have seen in my vlog of my Hong Kong hunting for best beauty products thing. This is like the new and improved version of the yellow bee honey mask, which you guys saw me talk about in my best of K-beauty like mask video. Look how dark it is now. Oh my gosh. I haven't even done my thumbnail though. So yeah, this is a really great mask that's really soothing and it really feels like a little bit of honey's in there. It feels very natural, non-aggravating, feels very gentle. It plumps the skin up and it just leaves you feeling very hydrated and plumped and beautiful and moisturized. So obviously if you use a mask on your face, the next day your makeup looks amazing. Girl, you just have to try it. On the topic of masks, the Belief the True Tincture Mask Chamomile is amazing as a pick-me-up throughout the week. This is something that you apply with a spatula on your face, leave it on for 15-20 minutes, and it leaves your skin just so soothed and plumped and moisturized. If you're feeling just dry and dull, it's like a spa product. It contains whole organic chamomile leaves. So these little bits in here are chamomile. It smells like a tea. It's beautiful, it's soothing, it's rejuvenating, it's revitalizing, and it's also moisturizing. So mask is amazing, so I wanted to recommend this. And final product, when my room is super dark now, is a new product that I found, the Kaolin Blackhead O2 Bubble Pore Pack and Pore White Cake Pack. Now this is like a dual product which contains 2 steps. So the step at the top is for blackhead removal. It's like a pack that you apply onto the areas that have blackheads. You rub it in and it bubbles up. After 5 to 10 minutes you wash it off and your blackheads are just really smooth and cleaned out. And then you go in with this clay pack. You apply it on, massage it for 1 to 2 minutes, leave it for 5 to 10 minutes and wash it off, and it really cleanses. It feels soothing. It's super like minty kind of, and it's not in the least bit drying. Usually clay packs are quite stripping, but this one is really not harsh. It's very soothing and very cleansing. So I want to give the award for best clay mask or pore pack to this brand called Kaolin, which is a new Korean brand that I've come across. And with Lola in my lap and with the sun gone down, Lola's here to say bye to you guys as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this skincare best of beauty video, and I'm gonna film my makeup one tomorrow because I've lost the sun. But that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a like. And if you have any questions, leave it down below. I'll have the link for all these products if it makes your life a little more simpler down in the description bar below. Let me know what your favorite product of 2018 was, or if there's anything that you guys have to share with the rest of our Muso fam for awesome skincare products. Let us know. I just totally realized that I forgot sunscreen. So I am gonna put sunscreen into my makeup video, which kind of makes sense because you use sunscreen together with your makeup, right? I'm sorry guys, I totally forgot. It was like right here, but it's way too dark now, and I think this video is long enough in itself. So yeah, I'll have that together with the makeup video. So if you want to go ahead and click Best of Beauty for makeup, I'll leave it in the description bar below or at the end of this video for once it goes up. So yeah, have a great beginning to the year 2019, guys. I'm so glad that we can walk it together again this year. I love you guys so much. Have a great week. Stay beautiful inside and out, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye! 다음에 또 봐요.